trying to access root folder. Okay, so root is one of the folder I have here. Okay, so I want to check what are the files I have under root. Okay, then we have to go inside the root folder, right? So how can we go? How can we access root folder? By using cd command. Okay, cd root. Okay, so cd root. So check this one. You see, what is the problem here? Cd root. Just what we are doing, what operation we are performing here? Just we are trying to access one folder. Okay, so what is the issue here? Permission denied. Okay, so why permission denied? Because Ubuntu is a normal user. Ubuntu is a normal user. So normal user will not access some of the files, some of the confidential files. Okay, so that is the reason why we are getting permission denied error. Okay, so similarly we have many files. So means this Ubuntu user will not have full privileges to perform most of the activities on our Linux machine. Okay, so for that reason what we are going to do is we are going to work with the root user. We will work with the root user. So if you want to log in with root user, the command is sudo su hyphen. So this is the command we can use to log in with root user. So to log in with root user. Okay. By using sudo su hyphen command, we can log in with root user. Okay. So now try to log in with root user. Why we want to log in with root user? Because by default we'll be working with Ubuntu user. Okay, so this Ubuntu user doesn't have most of the permissions. So for our practice, right, we are going to work with the root user only. So if we log in with root user, we can perform any activity because root is the super user. Root is the super user. Okay, so that is the reason why. So in our classes, always we are going to log in with root user only. Okay, so the command is sudo su hyphen. So earlier, you see, Huyama is giving Ubuntu. Now I am trying to log in with other user. So I can check Huyama. Now I am working with root user. Okay, so now I am working with root user. Okay, so is it clear why we logged in with root user?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Ubuntu is a normal user, so we it will have limited permissions only. So to do our practice, these limited permissions are not sufficient. So for that reason, we logged in with root user. But in real time, only admin will have this root access. Okay, so the remaining persons will have only normal user privileges. Okay, so now we logged in with root user and check the current working directory. You see, we are under /root. We are under /root. Means you see root slash these are the files we have under slash, right? These are the files we have under slash. And by as we logged in with root user, by default will be under root home directory. So for the root, the home directory will be available under /home. That is a /root. Okay, only for root user we will have the home directory under /root. For the remaining users we will have home directory under /home and / the username. Okay, so /root is the home directory of the root. Okay, so here /root it is home directory of root user. Okay, so now, so we are under /root. Check list of files ls. So we have one snap directory. So this also we didn't created. Snap directory also we didn't created. Okay, so this is also default directory. So under the /root always we will have one snap directory. This is also the default directory. Okay, so no need to bother about this one also. Okay, this is also the default directory we are going to get under /root. Now, so means as of now, we didn't created any files or folders in our root directory, slash root folder. Okay. Now we know how to create the folders, right? Now I want to create one folder. So how can we create the folder here? What is the command we have to use to create the folder? So mkdir, right?
MKDR.
Okay. So mkdir make directory. Okay. So mkdir. So I'm using the directory name as a Devops1 directory. I'm trying to create Devops1 directory. Okay. Now again check ls. You see, I got Devops1 directory now. So where this Devops1 directory is available? Where this Devops1 directory is available? This is available under slash root.
Under
Okay.
root, yeah.
Under slash root, Devops1 directory is available. Now go to the Devops1 directory, cd Devops1. Now check current working directory. Now we are under slash root slash DevOps1. So under DevOps1 directory, check whether we have any files. So no files are available under DevOps1 directory. Okay. So now we are under slash root slash DevOps1. So no files are available. So in this directory, if I need, I can create a folder. Again, I'm trying to create for another folder mkdir. So my directory one I'm creating. My directory one I'm trying to create. Okay. Now check ls. So I have my directory one under DevOps one folder. Okay. So I can access this my directory one also. So now what is the path for our, what is the path here? So slash root slash DevOps one slash my directory one. This is the complete path. This is the complete path. Always the complete path starts with entry point, that's slash. Okay. So this is the path where we have now. So here I want to come out of this my directory cd dot dot slash dot dot. Okay. So now what is my current directory? I am under slash root. So under slash root I have devops1 directory and snap directory. Okay. So devops1 is our directory. Now I'm trying to create one more directory mkdir. So project one directory I'm trying to create. So where this project one directory will be created? So this project one directory will be created
DevOps
under
one folder.
uh, slash root. We are under slash root now. Okay. So we are under slash root. Under slash root, we created one project one directory. Okay. So under slash root, we have DevOps one, project one, snap. So these are the four files and folders we have under slash root. Okay. Is it clear? Any confusion here?
So what's the funda of the snap directory? I'm unable to understand.
No, no. So this is the system related directory. No need to bother about this.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay. So by default, we'll get this snap directory. Some system related directory, this one. We are not going to do any activity on this directory.
Got it, got it.
So now we know how can we create the directories and how can we navigate the from one directory to another directory. Okay. So now my intention is I want to create the files. So these are the directories, not files, okay, not regular files, not text files. Okay. So I want to create a text file. So if you want to create the text file, so in the Linux, what we have to do is we have to use editors. Okay. So we have to use editors. So editors are required. Okay. So to create the files. Okay. So to here another way is, so we can create two types of files. Okay. So one is empty files. We can create empty files. Another way is, so we can create files with some content. Okay. So our intention is, if we want to create the empty files, so we can use touch command, touch file name. So this is the command. So what this command will do? What this command will do? It will create empty files. Okay. So touch file name. This will create empty files. So by using this touch command, so at a time we can create multiple files also. So if you want to create the multiple files at a time by using touch command, so we can give file name 1, and file name 2. So like that, we can give multiple file names also. Okay, by using touch command. So what this will do? It will create multiple empty files, multiple empty files at a time. Okay. So now, so just try to create the empty files. So regarding editors, we'll check once we created empty files. Okay. So try to create the empty files here. Now, so we are under /root, under /root. These are the folders we have. Now I'm trying to create some empty files here. Touch. I'm giving file name as file 1. Okay. So file 1. So, what this touch command will do? It will create the empty file. So touch file 1, enter. Now check ls. So you see, file 1 got created. Earlier we don't have file 1. Now file 1 got created. Now how can you say it is a file? How can you say it is a file? Just by seeing the color. Okay, the text files, regular files color will be white. Okay, the file color for regular files is white. Blue color represent it is a directory. White color represent it is a regular file. Okay. Now, so if you want to know whether the file is empty or not, okay. So we already have one command, right, to get the more details about the files. So what is the command we are going to use? ls hyphen
ls
ltr.
LTR.
ls-ltr. Okay, so it will show more details about the files. Okay, so here you see this column represent size, file size. What is the size here? 0 bytes. Okay, so here the size, file size is 0 bytes. Okay, so means it is a empty file. We created empty file. Okay, so by using touch command, we can create the empty files. So similarly, I want to create some more files. So I can use touch command, touch. So I'm going to use a file 2, file 3, and again check ls hyphen ltr. You see, so file 1, file 2, file 3 got created. So for all the files, what is the size? 0, 0. Okay, so 0 bytes. So remaining other details we'll discuss in the coming sessions. Just remember that this particular column represent size, file size. Okay, so all the files has 0 bytes. So in this way, we can create the empty files by using touch command. Okay, so touch command will create the empty files. So now, so once we have files, so if we want to edit this file, if we want to add the content to the file, then we can use editors. Okay, so what these editors will do is, so editors will perform two operations. Okay, so editors will perform two operations. What are the two operations is? So one is, so it will create new files. So how the touch command is working in the same way, the editors will create the new files. Okay, so if the file is not available, these editors will create the new files. Similarly, so if the file is already available, okay, so by using editors, so we can, it will edit the files. It will edit the files. Okay, so these are the operations we can perform by using the editors. Okay, so when the new files will be created, if the given file name is not available, okay, if the given file name is not available, then new files will be created. If the given file name is already available, we can edit the file. Okay, we can edit the file. So these are the two operations we can perform with the help of the editors. Okay, now, so we have different types of editors in the Linux. So like the VI and VIM, nano. So these now, so these are the editors we have with the Linux. Okay, So by using these editors, we can use any editor here. There will be no issue. Okay, we can use a VI editor, we can use a VIM editor, we can use Nano editor, whatever it is. Okay, so we can use any editor. So for whatever the editor we are using, always it will follow these things. Okay, so if we are using VI editor, the syntax here is VI file name, VI file name. Okay, so similarly, if we are using VIM editor, the syntax is VIM file name. Similarly, if we are using Nano editor, syntax is Nano file name. Okay, so in this way, we can create the files. Now, here, whatever the file name we have given, okay, if the file is already available, then what will happen? Then we can edit the file. It is not going to create again the duplicate. Okay, so if the file name is already available, it is not going to create the duplicate file. Just we will enter the file, we will go inside the file, we can add the content, or can delete the content, we can edit the file. That is what is going to happen. Okay, similarly, if the given file name is not available, if the given file name is not available, then what this VI editor will do? It will create new files. Okay, so just add here. So the editors will create new files if the given file name not available. Okay, similarly, so the editors will edit the files if the given file name is already available. Okay, so this is what these editors are going to do. So any confusion here? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So we have a VI editor, VIM, Nano. We can use any editor. There will not be any change in the functionality. Okay, just they will create the file. And now in our case, we have file 1, file 2, file 3, right? So these are the empty files we have. Okay. Now if I give VI file 1, what will happen? If I give VI file 1, this file 1 is already available. Okay, file 1 is already available. So what will happen now? So if the file is already available,
It will be edited.
we can edit the file. If the
Yes.
file is already available, we will go inside the file. We'll go inside the file and we can edit the file. So that is what going to happen. Okay. So if I give file 4, VI file 4, what this will do? So this file 4 will be created. As we don't have file 4, this VI editor will create the file 4, and while creating the file itself, we can add the content. So that is the difference between touch and editors. So when we use touch command, we just it will create the empty files. If we want to edit the file, again we have to use editors. By using the editors only, we can edit these files. By using touch command, we are not able to not able to add the content here. Okay, so what is editors? If I use if I create the new files with the editor, what this editors will do is it will create the file. At the same time, we can add the content to the file. Both operations we can perform at the same time. Okay, so that is the reason. So most of the cases we are going to use editors for creating the files. Okay, so now how to use these editors and what are the ways to add the content. Okay, so all these things we'll discuss in the next session. Okay, so that's for today. Any doubts up to now? So whatever we are discussing, right? These are required in our day-to-day activities to work as a DevOps engineer. Okay, so most of the cases we are going to work on the Linux platforms only, right? So all these things we are going to do. We are going to use all these commands. Now here, what are the commands we are discussed, right? So how can we get the list of commands we used? What is the command? History.
History.
History command will show all the commands. You see, so these are the commands we executed up to now.
Yeah.
Okay, for today. Okay. So thank you for watching this video. So please subscribe my YouTube channel MKS Tech Talks. So I will upload weekly 4 to 5 videos. So just follow my recordings. Here in this DevOps series, I will upload all the topics like whatever we need to become a DevOps engineer. So if you want to learn this course, so you have to spend around 25 to 30,000. So if you just follow my YouTube channel, so you can get the total complete DevOps training at free of cost. So utilize this opportunity. It's a very good opportunity for you. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So share this content to your friends. So even for your friends also, it will be very much helpful. So thank you.